crisis in the United States of America, guys. It's kind of important because Wagons East, we warned you about Amerifornia, where all of America will become California. That was the Biden administration plan, was to turn America into California, into multiple layers of government, trash everywhere, homelessness, and high costs of living. And that's what the Biden administration wanted. They wanted an Amerifornia. All right, so this headline, they want me to pay to read this headline, so let's go to it real quick. Rents are rising faster than wages across the country, especially in these cities. And here are the cities right here. It looks like this. Okay, it says here Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Charlotte, Raleigh, Virginia Beach. So all these cities here, basically, you're seeing on this map, rents are going up around Central Texas. It looks like it's Central Texas there. You got Central Texas, you got Oklahoma City going up. So rents are going up between 2019 and 2023. Rents across the country have outpaced wages, causing financial squeeze for many renters. In Tampa have forced the worst financial crunch as rent in that city has outpaced by 35% this period. Now, let's go over. We got our trusty map open here. Where did I put it? Let's go over to Tampa Bay. Let's go over to see what housing costs. So people in Canada or Australia that are watching this could look at this and say, wait, they're having a housing affordability crisis in Tampa Bay? Wait a minute. But the housing is that much there? All right, let's do this. Okay, guys, we are in the Tampa area. All right, so people can't afford to pay rent in a $38,000 house, $19,900 house, $24,000 house, detached home, $37,000, $97,000 house, $11,000 house. So people are having problems. Look, $5,000 house, $49,000 house. So people in Tampa, watch when the prices of things catch up to where Canada, Australia, New Zealand is. If they can't afford, if I was in America, I wouldn't even be renting. So Tampa Bay is getting hit the hardest. 5,000, 100,000. I don't know, guys. How many pages do you guys want to see? Look, this is a crack shack, and I'm not calling this house a crack shack by all means, but this is what Vancouver is selling houses for $2-3 million. Houses like this. So that's why we have so much homelessness in Canada, is because people can't keep up with the basic real estate needs, right? 3-bedroom, 2 baths, almost 800 square feet. Your mortgage with zero down is $368 a month. So there is a lot of room in Tampa if you just want to scale down or buy something a bit smaller or something affordable for the family. So I don't know about that article, guys. 15,000, nice little brick area there. Look, detached home, 59,000. You're looking at about 60-70,000 for the detached homes, guys. So again, if rates catch up, if the housing pricing, you see, again, Florida didn't take in Chinese money laundering, right? They stopped that in 2017, right? So and Governor DeSantis is doing his best to keep housing affordability within line here. Lots of them. No, you take your pick. Take your pick. Which one do you want? 50,000, 5,000, 10, 100,000 for a apartment. Probably has a pool and a gated community. Probably there's so many of those in the States going for almost next to nothing. And yeah, these are just houses though. I want to show you guys. This is the odd apartment will come in here, right? So scale down, 100 grand. St. Petersburg, nice area. So let's keep going here with America. Okay, again, we're getting these articles. Housing is now unaffordable for a record half of all U.S. renters, study finds. So let's see what city they bring up here and see if we could find that city and cross-reference the city with you guys there. Over the past 2 years, Jean Campbell was shocked how her rent of a 2-bedroom apartment in Philadelphia just kept going up from $1,300 to $1,600 a month. She's a single mom of 4. And rent is rising. So in Vancouver, just if you're watching this, they now deem affordable rent, I think it was at $4,200. I think $4,200 was deemed as affordable housing or affordable rent. 4,400 or 4,200. I might have to open that for you guys because it sounds like I'm lying to you guys. Do you want to pay the bills, then give half the rent, or do you want to try to do the whole rent and then pay back the bills? She says, well, for renters making under $30,000 who already faced the most severe struggle to afford housing. So what's going to happen in parts of America is you're going to see what's happening in Canada. There's 4 or 5 bedroom homes, and they're renting, they got 40 tenants, 50 tenants, 35 tenants. And there's bunk beds in the living rooms. There's bunk beds in the dining areas. There's bunk beds everywhere. And that's what a lot of people are going to have to start to do, is rent out a bed space, right? In Australia, it got so bad, they were renting out balconies, apartment balconies. You live on a balcony and you have a sleeping bag and you have free Wi-Fi, right? So that's how, so Amerifornia is just catching up. Let's keep going. Florida housing slows, price dip, inventory rises. So we're seeing an oversupply in Florida. And I'm 49 years old and have nothing saved for retirement. What should I do? Don't panic. What else? Sellers are squeezed by skyrocketing insurance premiums, softening demand, and growing inventory. Now, the insurance goes up. Okay, if you're uninsurable, okay, let's head over to Florida again. We're here in Florida. We're in Tampa Bay. Let's go to Florida. Let's think logically here. Let's think logically. Okay, you buy this house right here. Okay, you buy this house. You have your home. Okay. You pay $69,000. There's a price cut of $15,000, $69,900. The insurance is going to be, let's say, $1,600 a year. You can't afford the $1,600 a year for the insurance. $69,900 isn't that big of an investment to end up losing. I know it sounds cold. I know this sounds harsh. But in Canada, that same house anywhere in a Canadian city would be $1.4 to $2 million. And insurance companies in Canada aren't out to pay either. So think of it, I lost 69 large. I'll start a GoFundMe. I'll try and get the money back. I'll try to you could make up $69,000 in your lifetime. In Canada, you can't do it. You can't do it. There's 54 photos of this place here. So, and like, okay, you buy something detached, $5,000. Okay. You don't have insurance on this house. Okay, it's in a cul-de-sac too. You don't have insurance, okay? You know what? It's okay you don't have insurance. It's fine. You're not gonna, you're out $5,000. That's fine. Just mow the lawn, clean it up, just, you got a little parking area for your car here with that little piece there. You're okay. You could get out of the no homeowners insurance, no nothing. So no HOAs, nothing. And they estimate the land at $249,000. So pick it up for $5,000. Just something that you don't need to insure. And 20 acres, $70,000. Look, land for sale. Put your fifth wheel there. You burn stuff. You got hogs. You go hunting. Look at that. $70,000, 20 acres. You're set. Protect your land with your guns. You don't need anything more. Put your fifth wheel right here. Got some turkey there for turkey dinner. You have it set. You have it made, guys. I mean, Canada, we don't have these kind of opportunities in Canada. And that's what I've been trying to warn Americans about Amerifornia and how it's going to be a takeover of proportions there in America. But Florida still, look, 85 studio apartment. Oh, but that's 80,000, 85,000 American, Mike. Yeah, but 85,000 American, that's 117,000 Canadian roughly. And I would live, if I was old enough and I was just me and the wife, I would buy a studio here, just like that, with the gym downstairs, the pool and the beach within reach, everything to walk around, safe as hell. I've been there, it's safe as hell. And there it is right there, folks, for you guys. So let's go over more headlines here. Lower prices and higher inventory turn Houston into a buyer's market. This is a lie, folks, and I'll tell you why. It goes on to say home buyers are seeing lower housing costs due to mortgage rates and slight decline in home prices. The average sale price dropped 0.4% to $438,000. The median price is down 1.2% to $339,425. Here's the problem, Texas. Here's the problem, Houston. Here's the problem, Houston, Texas. Your average benchmark home for the average wage earner needs to be sitting at $227,000. not 339,000. So it's got a long ways to go to 227,000 for the average American medium income earner to get into housing. California faces housing crisis. No one's buying homes. Again, the Chinese money laundering has been pretty much cut off in California, and the Chinese are not going to America anymore because of Trump. And the Chinese are selling everything in California and Oregon and Washington and moving to Canada because the money has already been laundered in Canada. So there it is right there. After 4 consecutive months of year-over-year inventory increases, California is now solidly a buyer's market. No, it's still not a buyer's market because a piece of crap house like this is still in the millions. So it has to go down to... So right now, Realtor.com, there were 73,160 active listings in California. So you're going to see an oversupply on the market. It will continue to see an oversupply on the market because, again, Amerifornia, people are selling and moving east. And what did we tell you? The blue state exodus gains momentum. Wagons East, Amerifornia's real, folks. 5 years ago. Amerifornia's real. Transformation via CPP money laundering and fentanyl Chinese gangs. Why housing is affordable in the U.S. in the red states. Amerifornia is coming. American monthly mortgage payment explodes to $3,322 in Biden's America. Middle class under attack. Wake up, America. Amerifornia is here. Housing and food set to double. That was 5 years ago. U-Haul going east. Look, Chinese to take over Seattle housing market. Amerifornia is coming. Vancouver foreign buyers tax. 7 years, 9 months ago. Vancouver put on the foreign buyers tax, and people fled to Seattle and Toronto and destroyed both markets overnight with Chinese money laundering. And look, Mike in the Night, banks rigged rates. Amerifornia has started with California's poverty rate 7 years, 8 months ago for Mike in the Night, episode 96. Oh my God. It's been that long I've been on social media, my friends. Yeah, you're getting an oversupply in Ontario. What else did we say here? And 41% of California households cost burdened. Some making 6 figures now even qualify for low-income housing. So if you make 6 figures in California, you qualify for low-income housing. Who told you that? We did. Blue State Invasion, CCP, 6-figure salary is now considered low-income. Mass exodus ahead, Amerifornia. So taking into account the income of housing costs and the reality for some families who may be eligible for housing assistance. That was 6 years ago, and this article is from 2 days ago. You see what's happening here, folks? They are recycling, and we told you right here. Who are you going to believe? The guy that's been on social media long enough to be a grandfather, or the guy that's been on social media from last year with a voiceover so you don't catch his accent? Right? So, voiceover videos.